Hello, Dutch Fork Ward, Brother Copeland here. Have you guys heard of Zoom, but you're not quite sure how to use it? Well, this video is going to give you a quick rundown for the user side of how to just join the meetings and participate in the meetings. I'm going to show you the PC side, and then I'm going to show you the mobile side. And when I say mobile, I'm referring to your tablet or your Android or iPhone devices. Now, I'm only going to show screenshots from the Android side of it because I don't have an Apple Capture device, but the layout should be very similar, and you'll be able to look on your own device after seeing this and figure out which is which. There will also be another video that is for the host side, which means that you are running the meeting and how to set up the meetings and how to run those. So I'm going to do my best to make this simple, and let's get started. So the first thing you're seeing on your screen is zoom.us. This is where you would go to download the client for your laptop or your computer. So you go here, you can click join a meeting. It's going to give you an option to download the client onto your computer, and once that's on, that's about it. You do not have to sign up for a free account. You can. But once you have the client installed, you'll be able to click the link that you'll be sent and just join in. Speaking of which, let's click on to the next one. So here's something I cut out from email as I was testing this. So normally, Brother Fagerberger or somebody else in the ward will send you, it's like, hey, you can join this meeting. All you will need to do is to click on this link, and if you've got the client installed on your computer, it'll automatically open the client and join the meeting. Now you'll see that there's a meeting ID and a passcode. You normally don't have to worry about these. These are if you want to manually input the numbers into your device and get to the meeting that way. You can do that too, but usually just click on the link. No reason to make it harder than you have to. So when you do that, then you'll see this screen right here. And then if you have yet not downloaded the Zoom client on your PC, it'll give you this option right down here. And I know sometimes on computers it takes a second for that client to pull up, which is on this little bottom part down here, right next to the web browser. But just give it a moment, and it usually will come up, and if for some reason it doesn't, just click the blue button. So let's go on to the next part. So when you're joining on PC, you'll get a screen like this. It'll give you the option to join with video, join without. Now, when you get into it, you can always turn your video and audio on or off. This just gives you the choice to initially do it. So click whichever one you want, and then we'll proceed to the next one. So after you do that, it'll say, please wait, the meeting host will let you in soon. So all you gotta do is wait here. Somebody will let you into the meeting. Normally there's the name of a room right here. For the purposes of the video, I blanked it out. And let's go to the next shot. Come on. Okay, so this is when you've started to get into the room. It'll give you the option to join with computer audio. What this means is that it will use your computer's audio systems to process the audio. You're going to want to click on the join with computer audio. If for some reason you don't hear any sound coming when there's other people here, look down to this part of the screen, your bottom left corner. If it says the join audio and you see this arrow, just click on it. This screen will come up again, and click join with computer audio. Let's go to the next one. It'll also give you an option to write what name you want to display yourself. And as you can see, I've already done that, so that's why you don't see the screen here. This tells you that I joined with my audio shut off and that's muted, but I can press Alt-A or I can hold the space to talk. You know, again, that's not an issue. You can just as easily unclick the audio in the meeting, which let's go ahead and go to that now. So once you fully get into the screen, there's a couple things you'll notice here. You've got your buttons down here, and you've got a view option here, and you see just the names. The reason why you see the name is because neither side has their video running. If you were to start the video by clicking here, you would see whatever's in the web camera you're using. Couple other options here. There's your unmute button. If anything has a line through it, that means that it's not running. Click on it again to enable it. This is the participants tab. This will show you how many people are in the meeting. You can see the number here. You can also see who's participating in the meeting, which we'll get to that in a second. There's the chat option that allows you to chat not only with the host, which is the person running the meeting, but with other members in the meeting. Share screen is normally disabled, but this would allow you to show whatever's on your desktop or web browser. Again, for the most part, you're not going to worry about that, so, you know, record, don't even worry about that. Your host has to give permission for recording to happen, and for our church meetings, you're normally not going to record it, so don't worry about it. Reactions. This is the equivalent of just pasting an emoji in a chat, which is not really necessary again, so don't worry about it. Your main thing is probably going to be these two guys over here, and that's it. There's an option here to leave. If you hit leave, that just means you're leaving the meeting. The last thing I'll show you on the screen here is the view button. This view button allows you to set up if you want a speaker view, which means whoever's talking at the moment will appear here on your main screen. And then if you set it to gallery, everyone that's here will show up. If they've got their camera off, it'll show up with their name that they chose to log in as. If they got their camera running, you'll see their picture. Now, in our next spot, we're going to go to camera options. So this again is mostly to the PC. If you have more than one web camera, you need to make sure you select your camera. And it'll allow you to test the settings to make sure that it works. For the microphone, if you have more than one microphone, which in my case I have just one, but it would also apply if I had another web camera hooked up to my device or a standalone microphone. Very important, especially if you're hosting a meeting, to make sure that you have your microphone correctly set. This also gives you the chance to test your speakers and your audio, and that's about it. So let's get to the participant screen, excuse me. When you click on that, this screen will pop up here. It'll say who you are, obviously, who the host is. This shows whether the cameras and video audio are both disabled on both devices. You'll see an invite, unmute, and raise hand. Now this raise hand is how most people participate in the meetings. You remember in school when you used to be able to go to school that you would raise your hand to ask a question? Well, this is similar here. So let's say that you want to contribute to the meeting. Normally you would click on this raise hand and you'll see a blue icon in just a second pop up here, and it will tell the host, hey, you know, I've raised my hand, I'd like to contribute. And when you send that, the host will see it. Then they can send you the following request. The host would like you to unmute. You can unmute or stay muted, but if you raised your hand, you most likely want to talk. So you would go ahead and click on unmute, and then you would talk. In general, you want to make sure when you're in the meetings that if you're not talking, to make sure you mute. Otherwise, all the background noise will be heard by everybody else on the meeting. So just think of that when you're logging in, to make sure that you have your audio and video settings set right, which you can do before the meeting. Now, if you wanted to lower your hand after you raise it, just click on lower hand, and it'll take this blue icon right here off, and it would appear back like this. So that's it for the PC side, guys. That's, it's really easy. Not a problem. So now I'm going to show you a couple more things real quick to end this video. We're going to go to the mobile side. Again, when I said mobile, that's for your iPhone, your Android phone, or your respective tablet. In order to get the program on your device, you need to go to whichever store is available for your device, whether that's the App Store or Google Play. And then you'll want to type in Zoom on the search bar, and you'll know you have the correct app because it'll say the manufacturer is Zoom.us, same as the website. Let's go ahead and head to the Android screen now. So this is what the app looks like, just starting it cold up. So you can join a meeting, which allows you to type in the ID and password, which again, if you click the link on your mobile device in your email, it'll do the same thing. It'll automatically bring up the Zoom app, and you can just keep going. The other one thing I want to show you is this part right here. That's the settings option. So we're going to go ahead and click on the settings. Oops, sorry, wrong way. And then you'll be met with a screen similar to like this. For our purposes, we're going to go to the meeting tab. This is where you can say auto connect. I usually like to leave my microphone muted and my video off when I'm joining a meeting, just in case, depending on where I am. So I always recommend, turning your microphone and your video off when you go into a meeting. But again, this is your own preference, and it's up to you to decide what you want to do. So let's go to our next screen. So let's say you clicked on the link on your email, or you typed in the username and ID. You're gonna have this screen right up here. Type in the name that you want displayed and hit OK. And when you do, you'll get this screen. This is the same thing as the waiting room on the PC earlier. The host has to admit you into the meeting. And once the host does, then you'll see a screen like this. Now for this, I turn my screen to the side. That's why you see it expanded. The important thing again, and usually this trips up a lot of people, is the join audio, or your audio. Because if you kind of tap it real fast, this part will disappear, and then you'll be like, why is there no sound? I can't hear anybody, and nobody can hear me. We'll tap on this join audio and hit call over the internet. And if it gives you any additional prompts, just say OK. And then you should be back and running into the game. So as you can see right here, the camera is not on. It's got a mark through it. My microphone's not on. It's got a mute on it. This is the volume control, just like if you wanted to raise or lower the speaker on your particular device, you'll click on this and you can adjust the slider. Share is the same thing as in the PC version. It gives you the option to share your screen, which is usually disabled, and the host just does it. Participants, this is how you'll be able to chat with other participants, at least by text. And then the more screen, which I'll show you in a moment, will be how you can raise your hand on the screen. Now, for those of you that are running the meeting, you'll have a very similar screen, which again, I'll refer you to that other video. But let's go into the last couple of things here. So this, if you click the zoom here, it'll give you a couple more options, and this will let you leave the meeting. So let's go to our next screen, which if you swipe left on your mobile device, you'll get the safe driving mode, which doesn't allow you to see any pictures at all. You will still hear all the audio, but if you wanted to talk, you could just put your finger on it, tap to speak, and your microphone will be unmuted and you can talk. Now, if you notice underneath here, there's only 2 dots. The reason why is because there's only 2 people talking. So when I swipe to the right, I'll be at this dot right here, which will just be me and the other person that was speaking before. If you have more than one person, there will be an option to swipe right, and that'll let you see everybody else who's got video on your mobile device. So I'm going to switch over to our last screen, which is our participant screen. This will allow you to click on, let's say I want to send a message to the host. I can tap on the host. It'll give me an option to send a chat message. Or, I can unmute my audio and video right here. So there is an invite option, but normally you're not going to need this, so don't worry about it. In fact, if anything, I wouldn't even worry about the participation screen on the mobile device. And our last screen is the more option. These are the reaction emojis, which you can use in the PC version. If you click on the reactions, these are what will appear. There's a chat option, and then there's the raise hand option. So if you're looking to raise your hand and you're on the mobile device, you'll need to click on the 3 dots. And I'll go back real quick. The 3 dots more option, and then it'll bring you up to this screen, and you can hit raise your hand, and then the same thing will apply. It'll display a quick little message saying that you raised your hand. The host, if he's going to call on you, will send a message saying you can unmute or not mute. If you raised your hand, this is also where you can go to lower your hand. So guys, that's it. That's all you have to do. It's really, really simple. Hopefully I've made this easy to understand, and it helps you guys be comfortable to use this program, whether it's on the PC or on your mobile device. Alright guys, enjoy your day, and we will see you next time.